can't drink $2 Chuck all the time. Yeah. All right, we got 1 minute here. Looks like we're ready to go.
So Mr. Whitlatch is not here today, huh?
Yeah, he said he wasn't going to be here.
He was going somewhere, I forget where it was.
Next meeting, I'll be gone.
Good morning and welcome to the October 11th Planning Commission meeting. I guess we should start with roll call. Let me read this. Yeah, go ahead with roll call. Let's start with roll call.
Gong.
Here.
Bailey's.
Here.
Elliott.
Here.
Yes.
Here.
Vitigliano. Here. Aguilar.
Here.
And Commissioner Whitlatch did advise us he would be absent today.
Okay. Please join me now in the Pledge of Allegiance. At this time, members of the public may comment on any item not appearing on the agenda. Under state law, matters presented under this item cannot be discussed or acted upon by the Planning Commission today. For items appearing on the agenda, the public will be invited to make comments at the time those items come up. So that all interested parties have an opportunity to speak, any person addressing the Planning Commission may be limited at the discretion of the chair. Is there anyone who would like to speak on an item not on the agenda today? Okay, seeing none, we can move on to item 3, and that's the approval of minutes of last meeting.
I'll make a motion we approve the minutes of September 27th, 2017 as presented.
That's a lot of stuff in there.
I'll second the motion.
Roll call, please.
Gong.
Yes.
Bailey's.
Yes.
Elliott.
Abstain.
Diaz.
Yes.
Vitigliano. Yes. Aguilar.
Yes.
Okay, minutes are approved.
Chair,
Yes.
I'm going to have to recuse myself on 4B.
4B.
So you probably want to pull out A and do that, and then
Okay, we'll hold B off. Usually in our parcel map hearings, we take those together anyway, and we'll open the public hearing on A and C right now. And A, of course, is it's located between Road 62 and 64, approximately 680 feet north of Avenue 416. That's west of Dinuba. And that's tentative parcel map PPM 17-032. That looks like a quad NOFT matter. And then C is north of Lindsay, and that's on the east side of Road 212, north of Avenue 240. And that's a Frank Gomez. So if there's anyone who would like to comment on either one of those, this is the time. The public hearing is open. Seeing none, we can jump back to A. And is there any discussion? Or doesn't look that way, so I guess we could entertain a motion on tentative parcel map A.
I'll make a motion that we approve a categorical exemption consistent with the California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA, and the state CEQA guidelines pursuant to Title 14, California Code Regulations, Section 15303, Class 3, pertaining to limited number of new small facilities or structures, and conditionally approve tentative parcel map number PPM 17-032 and waiver of final map.
I second that.
Okay, roll call, please.
Gong.
Yes.
Bailey's.
Yes.
Elliott.
Yes.
Diaz.
Yes.
Vitigliano.
Yes.
Aguilar.
Yes.
Okay, we'll jump over B for a second here and go on to C. And is there a motion on this particular map?
I'll make a motion that we approve category exemption consistent with the California Environmental Quality Act and the state CEQA guideline pursuant to Title 14 California Code Regulations, Section 15303, Class 3, pertaining to new construction and conversion of small structure and conditionally approved tentative partial map number BPM 17-029 with a final map waiver.
Do you have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Roll call, please.
Gong,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Diaz,
Yes.
Tigliano,
Yes.
Aguilar.
Yes.
Okay, now we'll consider B while Ed takes his leave.
Through the chair,
Yes.
I think we did not include that in the public hearing.
Yeah, we need to open the public hearing on this one if there's anyone want to comment on item B, which is tentative parcel map PPM 17-026. And that's a Neil Zerlang. Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing on item B, and we'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve categorical exemption consistent with the California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA, and the state CEQA guidelines pursuant to Title 14 California Code Regulations, Section 15303, Class 3, pertaining to the new construction or conversion of small structures and conditionally approved tentative parcel map number PPM 17-026 with the final map required.
Is there a second?
Second it.
Roll call, please.
Gong,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Diaz. I'm sorry, he recused. Wait, Tigliano,
Yes.
Aguilar.
Yes.
Okay, we can let Ed know. Okay, we'll move on to item 5 now, which is special use permit PSP 17-54. This is MMIG Construction Incorporated, and this is a categorical exemption and special use permit to allow a large animal veterinarian lab facility. And it looks like we have Dana today.
Thank you.
Wait a minute, Dana, you got a new haircut.
No.
Okay,
No, that, do.
It's a
the
new
do.
do.
okay, looks
do.
good, looks good.
Okay, that's on an 18-acre parcel or an 18-acre site comprised of 2 parcels. And the environmental determination is a categorical exemption consistent with CEQA pursuant to Title 14, Section 15303, Class 3, pertaining to new construction. And the use of this section is applicable and appropriate because the commercial structure does not exceed the 10,000 square feet in floor area, and the site is zoned for such use. Entitlement is found in Section 16.2B, use permits, and animal hospitals, clinics, and veterinarian offices are allowed in the AE20 zone upon approval of a special use permit. The project is located in the Rural Valley Lands Plan, and the land use is valley agriculture. And the project was found to be consistent with these general plan policies. The project was noticed according to the law. Staff did receive 1 inquiry from the property owner directly south of the project site. His concern was if this project would impact his farming operation in any way, and when informed that it would not, he was satisfied. This is the vicinity map, and the project is located on the southwest corner of Road 108 and Avenue 264, and that's just north of Tulare. This is the zoning map, and you can see the site is zoned AE20, and it contains a single-family dwelling and accessory structures on the 1-acre home site parcel, and agriculture and corrals on the ag parcel. The surrounding properties are zoned AE20, and just directly east is that flower shop on the east side of Demery there. And to the east and other directions are walnut orchards and rural residences. This is an aerial view of the project site. Closer view. Site plan. This is the structure that will be built right here. The proposal is a full-service animal veterinary practice. The applicants are seeking a permanent location to receive and house large animals. The facility would primarily handle cattle for embryo production processes. There would be 3 components to the facility: veterinary services, laboratory, and research. The project includes the construction of a 6,100 square foot metal building, and this location would serve as a site for research where a controlled environment and precise animal and protocol management is necessary. The facility also provides reproductive services for goats and sheep. The days and hours of operation would be Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and the facility would employ approximately 5 people. The Central Valley Regional Water Quality Control Board was contacted, and this additional information was provided regarding the project. The maximum number of cattle on the site at any one time would be 50 head. They would be a mix of dairy and beef cattle. Waste would be managed through composting, and surplus waste would be hauled off-site if necessary. The project appears to qualify for the coverage under the Water Board's new feedlot order limited population operations tier, which is not required to conduct waste or groundwater monitoring, submit annual reports, or other technical documents. And the applicants would need to submit a notice of intent to the Water Board for determination on their on-site wastewater treatment systems. The notice of intent would provide more information to the Water Board regarding the facility's waste management practices at the site. And that concludes staff's report, and staff is recommending that your commission approve a categorical exemption and special use permit PSP 17-054. Questions?
Sure.
Is this an existing facility that's moving from someplace, or is this going to be a brand new?
Right now, they're a mobile facility.
Okay. So they don't have a regular.
They don't have any permanent location.
Right. Okay.
Chair, I have a question. 50 animal units, is that, what
Well,
is
it says
this, 18
50
acres?
head. 50 head.
50 head, well, yeah. So isn't that a lot for 18 acres? No? I'm just asking. Remember
Well-
someone have in their head that there's a formula?
The special use permit would allow them to have over the necessary, I guess. There's 2, I think, animal units per acre is normally what we allow, horses or cows or whatever. So the special use permit would allow them to have above that number.
Oh, I didn't know
That's,
that.
one reason for the Water Board inquiries, because they want to make sure that the waste is managed properly.
Okay, my other question is this a septic tank system, or is it out there, or is it city?
Existing septic, and they're going to put in a new septic with the new structure.
Okay, and then one more question, I'm sorry. So this is a lab, so I'm sure they have a plan for I know it says to dispose of the manure, but there's going to be obviously medical waste. So is that, when you were saying, so I'm kind of confused. It's like you're saying that they are going to converse with the Water Board. Seems like that's the cart after the horse. You know what I'm saying? We approve it, and then they're going to go?
Well, through the chair, it's not unusual practice to do a notice of intent with the boards after zoning or after a use permit is approved. In often cases, the actual permitting with the Air District or with the Regional Water Quality Control Board or with any of these responsible agencies is after the fact. It's kind of a due diligence thing. A lot more money will be spent on that NOI than will ever be spent on going through the use permit process. So until they are guaranteed an entitlement, they're they don't want to move forward. But not only that, these responsible agencies don't want them to move forward until we've approved the project. Their district will often ask if they have a permit and CEQA's been approved by the local agency before they'll even allow them to complete their processes. So yeah, it's not unusual. We would like to see it for CEQA reasons that we know it's going to be approved by them. But at the end of the day, these are conditions of approval. If they're unable to fulfill those conditions, then they could always come back and either revoke the permit and or amend the permit to.
Okay, that was my question. I was kind of, it's like, wait,
Long answer.
yeah, long answer,
I'll-
yes.
Well,
Thank you.
I'm sure there's already established veterinary standards for disposal of biohazard and stuff like that. That's probably just in the,
Well, I would think that would go along with the water boards.
no, that's,
Well,
what I'm talking
biohazard-
about, tissue and stuff like that.
That goes in
Decry-
a separate enclosed container.
Yeah, that's a whole different animal.
Through the chair, condition 19, specifically from the Health Services Department, says that any regulated medical waste generated by the proposed facility must be stored and disposed of according to the California Medical Waste Management Act. If the proposed facility generates more than 200 pounds per month of regulated medical waste, then the facility may be subject to permitting requirements to environmental health. So,
Thank you, you're so fast.
getting better.
He gets the big bucks.
That answered my question.
If there's no more for Dana, we'll open this up. It is a public hearing, so. Is there anyone affiliated with the project that we could maybe question or hear from?
Yeah, I'm the contractor, Mr. Chair. If you have any questions, I can maybe help answer, like on the bio-waste, there is a plan. It's mostly a
Give it,
embryo
sir.
trans-
Sorry, your name and
Name and
address.
Yeah,
address.
name and address before.
I apologize. My name is Matt Migliazzo. I'm from MMIG Construction. I'm from Merced, California, down there. We have the plan is they do embryo transplants, which is removing of the egg and planting of the semen of these large animals. The waste generated for water management purposes is mostly just washable. There's nothing that's going to be a biohazard. So we did do a plan on that just to help answer and clarify that and to follow the regulations required. So if you do have any questions on the project, feel free to.
Yeah.
But
What?
it is going to be a lab also,
It's gonna be a lab. We're gonna do some research facility. Yeah.
so you will have waste. Can't be dumped down the drain. That was my point.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Exactly.
okay, thank you.
In the operational statement, and the last part of that, second last sentence, it said precise animal and protocol management is necessary. What is that exactly?
So they are going to have some livestock on the facility, right, to do the transportation and the extraction of the eggs. So it's just proper care and maintenance of the animals and maintaining the animals. So that means feeding and watering and, taking care of them. They're not going to sit there and let these animals just lock them up and throw some hay to them.
If you go to page 11, 16 through 19, that covers all of what we're talking about. That's the disposal and management of hazardous materials, and they have to have a business or a handling plan, I should say, for that.
Well, it certainly seems like it's positioned in a very good spot, so right between two big dairy areas, so. I think that'll
Happy
help.
somebody's doing that house.
Yes,
Are you
yeah,
going to
that-
redo it?
That's their plan, yeah, their long-term plan,
Be
yes.
beautiful.
Yeah,
That's a great
beautiful
spot.
home. Yep.
It's a good location. Any other questions for the contractor?
Okay. Well, thank
Okay,
you very
thank
much.
you.
I appreciate it.
If there's nobody else that wants to speak on this, apparently there's not, we'll close the public hearing. And any other questions of Dana or anything else from the commission?
Chair, I'll make a motion if it's proper.
But we know the options then, approve or, okay, go ahead.
I make the motion that we approve a categorical exemption consistent with CEQA and the state CEQA guidelines pursuant to Title 14, California Code Regulations, Section 15303, Class 3, pertaining to new construction or conversion of small structures and conditionally approve special use permit, PSP 17-054.
I'll second that motion.
Roll call, please.
Gong,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Elliot,
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Vitigliano,
Yes.
Aguilar.
Yes.
Okay. Motion's passed. We'll move on to number 6, the director's report.
Through the chair, I am Aaron Bach, Chief Planner with the Tulare County Resource Management Agency. Mike Washam could not attend today, so I'll quickly go through our director's report. There are quite a few items coming up over especially the next 2 meetings that we definitely need a quorum for. One is the ACFP, which will come forward at the next meeting, and specific instructions will be given to you from the multitude of attorneys working on this project. So look forward to those. The November 8th meeting, there are quite a few items, and this is something that this commission should be aware of and potentially move or separate these items onto another date, such as November 15th. So we'll have 2 meetings in November. We have only one scheduled at this time, and we could actually make that decision at the next meeting, or we can make it today. What we do have coming up on the 8th is a subdivision map. In the Cutler
November
Rose-
8th is a Wednesday, by the way. So that's the one you're talking about then?
Right, November
Okay.
8th. That would be a subdivision in Cutler Rossi. There's also a recreational park in near Porterville. There is a mine, Mitch Brown project, that's been working its way through over the last couple of years. And we'll have 16 hamlet plans and urban development boundary plans, community plans that will come forward all concurrently on November 8th, unless we do have another meeting on the 15th. We would suggest spreading that out over 2 meetings, but we do want to kind of guarantee we'll have a quorum because November 15th gets closer to the holiday, Thanksgiving holiday, so
And do we have a meeting scheduled on the 29th also?
no. Just the 8th.
Just the, oh, okay.
Well, on the 22nd, I will not be here.
What about the 15th? Okay.
I think in the interest, I mean, it'd be my opinion, in the interest of getting the stuff done, we probably ought to go with the 15th and not put it off, and so make an extra meeting if that's the pleasure of the.
So we do the 8th and the 15th?
8th and the 15th?
Yeah, I'd move for that.
Just to be on the safest side, could we take an action item on adding that meeting?
Yes, let's verify first. Oh, you want to?
Just to discuss it, yeah.
Okay.
Let's make it an action item for this, and then we can discuss it and then take a vote.
Very good.
So do you want us to split up these cases to the specific dates, or do you want us, how do you want to handle that?
Well, we got to open it up to as an action item, don't we?
Right.
Oh,
So through,
Okay, so we will consider adding that extra meeting on the 15th. Is there any more discussion then from the commission, or is there any further discussion,
Or
let's say?
first, just someone make a motion to make it an action item?
Oh, okay.
Second, and then we'll vote
That's
on
kind
that.
of what I was trying to get at. I would
Okay.
make that motion that we make this discussion an action item for today.
second the motion.
Roll call, please?
Gong,
Yes.
Bailey,
Yes.
Elliot,
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Vitigliano,
Yes.
Aguilar.
Yes. Now we can discuss it.
Oh, wait, there's nobody here. No, I appreciate you, counsel, that was a good point. Okay, so now, is there any discussion on that? Are we okay with the 2 meetings on the 8th and the 15th?
So you would, on the 15th, we would handle the, what were the other plans? You had multiple?
We'll most likely handle the urban development boundaries, community plans on the 15th.
Okay.
And depending on the status of the subdivision, the recreational park, and the mine, we might split those off. There's also a couple more cell towers I want to move forward, so might,
Okay.
depending on, again, the preparedness of the applicants, we might have those on the 15th. But for the most part, we will do the HAMA plans for certain on November 8th. Yeah, no, the mine is includes an environmental impact report.
Aaron, is there a chance that there might be some continued items from the 22nd to deal with?
From the 25th, there is potential that the ACFP could be continued, obviously, but that would be also another reason to hold the...
But that could go to December 13th, right?
But it has to be done this year.
We're trying to complete a lot of these before the end of the year.
Yeah.
So most of them won't be continued out that far. If they did push, if it did get continued, it would be continued to the next meeting on the 8th. So
We've had a few light agendas this year, so we're ready for it. Bring it on.
That's because you weren't here last time.
Yeah.
I knew the one to miss.
Yeah, bring it on. Yeah.
Bring it on.
Okay.
So you want a motion on how to split this up?
We don't have to actually
You
talk
just
about
need
the
the other
details,
meeting.
but that we would have an extra
Just have
additional
the
meeting
meeting?
on November 15th.
So we're going to make a motion to add an extra meeting in November, on November 15th, 2017. Begin at 9 a.m.
Correct.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Gong,
Yes.
Neely,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Diaz,
Yes.
Vitigliano,
Yes.
Aguilar.
Yes.
Okay, motion carried. Just as a matter for the record, how long did last meeting last? What time did you get out of here?
We're out at noon. Yeah, about 4 o'clock. We broke for
4
lunch.
o'clock, yeah.
It's not
more
bad.
like more like 11, but yeah,
More like,
It was a little after 11.
a little after 11.
Okay.
11:30.
oh, good, I don't feel like I missed too much there. Okay, any more from the director's report part of this?
Just no, we don't have anything.
Okay,
You have anything, Public Works? I think we're good.
okay. Okay, we can move on then. Any other future items or any other planning commission business? I just want to mention that we've seen something in the California County Planning Commissioners that's really a good sign of things to come for the future. One is all the large counties, I don't know about all of them yet because I haven't done the final tabulations, but a good amount of the large counties in California are paying their dues for the first time since probably around 2000, the early 2000s. So this is a good sign. It also means that we have a well-stocked treasury, and we're going to try to reduce the admission fee to the conference this year and make it so that more counties can participate, and then also staff too, and make it very affordable. We're also going into a brand new hotel that's opening up below Shasta Dam, I have to say, on the Sacramento River. And it's just a gorgeous place. We've been looking at it in the last several months, and they're not quite done with construction. It's scheduled to open in January or February. But this is going to probably be a show place in terms of anywhere we've ever met. So I'm just giving everybody a chance to save those dates. And, of course, the date is in May. And it's that first weekend in May. So if you just kind of page ahead real quick here. We're trying, we moved it to May so we didn't have conflict with other planning organizations. So it looks like it's going to be May 4th and 5th would be the Saturday. So we will really guarantee a great show there and a lot of different issues that are going to be very important. One of the things that we're talking about doing is how planning commissions can better interface with cities. And we have that same issue here in Tulare County, and it's very important in the Reading area too, in that county. So you don't want to miss this one. This is going to be good. And I'm really going to encourage the staff of Tulare County to go too, the ones that can get there for that weekend. So anyway, we'll have more information on what the agenda is for that and the program, but for right now, just pencil it on your calendars and make plans to attend. And if is there any other comments or anything
What do you
before?
thought about travel up there? That's a long ways to drive.
It's a long ways to drive, but it's, I just did it recently, and I guess it was, you got the Sacramento thing to do, so that's 3 to 4 hours for most people, maybe 3.5. And then you got another, 3 hours to Reading. So it's a sizable undertaking. Now, there is a possibility. Well, there is a possibility. Yeah, the train is a possibility, but then, you have to transfer to a bus to do the last part of it. That's a good way to go. There is a possibility. I'm speaking with a charter outfit through Visalia Airport, and there's a possibility for a charter flight. And that'll make it a really fun trip and a scenic view of the valley on the way up. But it will involve, getting up there on Thursday and then coming back on Sunday. That could be very reasonable, that flight, too, by the way.
Where they fly into.
They would fly into Reading.
Oh.
Reading has a really well...
It's a nice airport.
Yeah, and it's very close to where we're going to be
Reading's
headquartered.
about the size of Visalia, isn't it?
It's a little bigger, actually. They have regular connections to Sacramento and several other places, the Bay Area. So there's a good chance that we could do that. There's several people that have expressed an interest to helping us do it and make it affordable. So we'll be having some more information about that. We'll just have to, see what kind of seats we have and then how many reservations we can get. But I think it's going to be something that'll make that trip a lot more pleasant. And we'll also have some shuttles at the Reading area to use too. So this is going to be a really interesting conference and I think time well spent. So if there's nothing else and no one has any other comments, we're going to, let's say our next meeting would be October 25th. So we'll adjourn till then.